Hello everyone, this is a no save, no damage playthrough of Resident Evil HD Remaster on the PC. We're playing as Chris Redfield and this is set to real survival mode. Please enjoy.
Resident Evil.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Brad. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo Team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris!
Bravo Team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare. This way. Damn it! Make for that mansion! There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself. We don't know where Barry is.
Is everyone all right?
Barry. Where's Barry?
He's...
No. What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
Chris? Take care.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a few cutscenes we still have to do before the run fully begins, so I'm just going to stay quiet. The world's strongest zombie. Literally takes, what, 4 magnum shots from Barry right in his ass, and he's still walking around.
Wesker? Jill? Where did they go?
Right, so this is Chris's Real Survival No Save No Damage run. Welcome everyone. Basically, Chris's inventory has 2 less item slots than Jill. We are also playing on Real Survival mode, which means that item chests are not linked, as well as there is no auto-aim in the game. Real Survival is also a hard difficulty setting. First thing I'm doing right here is I'm going to grab the first optional dagger in the game. Now, a lot of people think that this dagger is not obtainable and that it's meant to just showcase that using a defense item. No, you could juke the zombie as so and take it with you. We're going to need every defense item we could possibly get our hands on for this run, since, again, we're trying to not get hit and also not save in the process. A couple things to note about Chris's run that's different from Jill's, as I already noted. We have 2 less item slots. We have to actually go and manually get the shotgun rather than Barry saving us. And Chris also needs old keys that are scattered around the mansion. There are 5 of them to open specific doors that Jill would respectively use her lockpick for. So it's pretty obvious whose playthrough is harder. We're going to use this small statue as well. You either get the zombie to juke or to just run around him. Once we get the green dagger as we did, we're going to head down to the first cemetery. Now what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to equip the handgun, and it'll probably be the only place we do use it. We're going to kill these zombies. Since these zombies do not come back as Crimson Head, it's just better to have them dead than constantly have to run around them. Now it's believed that because of there being a boss battle in this location, the event data actually never programmed them as Crimson Head. And for all of you new here, Crimson Head is the evolution of a zombie after it is taken down, which it is believed that they also, once the Crimson Head version, if not burned, actually turns into a liquor. So one thing with Chris's run, obviously, that's different from Jill's is we're going to have to deliberate heavily on what we want in our inventory, when, and at what moments, basically. Because if you don't do things a specific way, you're going to not have any space. And remember, item chests are not linked, so wherever you leave something, yeah, it's still fucking there. We're going to go ahead and we use the sword key up the stairs, and then we use it right here. Basically, we're not going down the east hallway just yet. We just want to remember to grab the dagger. Like I said, we want to have as many defense items as we can. Zombies have a tendency on this difficulty to double lunge, and yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So before we could go down the east hallway, we need to acquire the broken shotgun And to get the broken shotgun, it requires us getting a small key. So to dodge these zombies, we're going to stand still, and as you saw, we're going to take a few steps back, give them a good old juke, and then head to the mansion basement, cue the DualShock's trumpet version. That fucking song. One crawling and one coming in now. Dodge that gentleman, and we're going to continue on. So as you saw, we picked up the first small key. If Chris hugs his right side, he'll dodge that zombie every time. Now that we've entered all of the doors that the sword key requires, we could get rid of it. We're going to be doing that a lot for the keys in this game. We want to open up inventory space, so we're going to hit each door, and actually behind a lot of those doors are the small keys that we need. I put the handgun and the knife inside of that save chest since we're never going back there. And once we make this right, as you saw, this is the room that has the broken shotgun and a flash grenade. Little note about the flash grenades, they are absolutely indispensable, considering they could one-shot a zombie, even the Elder Crimson Head boss. So, if you can, make sure that you have your daggers equipped rather than the flash grenade, unless absolutely necessary. Now that we have the broken shotgun, we could head down the east hallway. Just a note, we're never coming back down these halls again. This is routed to not have you have to fight multiple zombies. Once this gentleman falls out of the bathtub, we're going to grab the small key his butt cheeks were keeping warm. And we're going to go ahead and open this side door. Because we need to grab the pesticide, or better known as the chemical, to use on plants, if it didn't give you that much of an, example as to what it's about. Yeah, so basically, now that we have the broken shotgun, we're going to go ahead and grab a dagger, and we're going to grab this working shotgun and place it with the broken one. And again, as I was saying before, this is routed so that you guys will not have to interact with a crazy amount of zombies in one area. So, go ahead and go inside of the save room under the stairs, because we need the small key that is next to the typewriter. A little side note, not many people know, the first shotgun shot that you aim at the head is always an instant headshot. So choose wisely on the zombie you want to choose it on. I choose to get this guy. Reason being, he's a dick, and he gatekeeps this hallway. So, yeah. Done with him. Now we have the dog whistle. We can now go to the outside courtyard. Just be mindful turning the corners where these zombies are adjacent to Chris. Remember, we always want to keep and create space when needed. So for some reason, once we grab the shotgun, the zombie switches sides in the upstairs dining room. So now he's over by the doors we need to go through, but we're going to go ahead and push the statue. We'll come back for the jewel it was holding later. Wait for the dog to come down, then we're going to rotate our D-pad just a little bit and pop him. Because there's no auto-aim on, we have to make sure that we give ourselves a good vantage so the dog can't just jump on us. You just want to practice juking zombies as well. It'll make running through the mansion much easier. Now the reason we're going to come back downstairs here and use the stairs is because this isn't a speed run, this is a trying not to get hit run, so we want it to be a smooth run rather than absolutely fancy and moving quick. We don't have to move quick in a run like this, we just have to be precise. First room we're going to use that beautiful armor key on is the room that Forrest Speyer is laying dead. Unfortunately for us though, we only get a dagger and not a grenade launcher like Jill.
No.
And also, you guys will notice me doing stair skating. Stair skating is when you use the OG controls, use the D-pad, and then spam the action button really fast to skate.
You.
Chris Redfield, Alpha Team. We're here to rescue you. Richard, what the hell happened to you?
Chris, this place... Get your team out of here. Demons everywhere.
Don't talk. He seems to have been bitten by a poisonous snake, but the size of the bite mark is huge.
It's not just any ordinary snake. Take my word for it.
He needs serum. I left it in another room.
I'll go get it.
Please hurry.
Hold on. I'll be back.
Okay, so We're tasked now with getting the serum for Richard, but we're also going to do a couple errands as well. If you don't feel comfortable doing some of the extra stuff that I do, just go straight for the serum and make your way back. So after we completely obliterate that zombie's ankles by juking him, we're going to make our way to the medical room, the medical save room. Start off by grabbing the serum for Richard. And then we're going to be careful rounding this corner as there's a zombie just waiting for us. The zombie that was on the stairs has now migrated to that hall. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put the chemical to use on plants, the bag inside of this water machine, and get ourselves the first death mask. Zombies are going to bust through this window now. We will have to come down these hallways again, but not for a bit. So we have to go into the researcher's room. This is where the Itchy Tasty book is. We're going to need to juke this zombie out or just run around him like that. Damn, I forgot I did that. And run around that guy as well. I recorded this video about a month to 6 weeks ago, so it's a little fuzzy what I do in certain areas, but yeah, just completely juke those zombies and get the hell out of that room as fast as you can. Now that we grab the death mask as well as the small key, we can now head back to Richard and Rebecca. This is where I realized I went in the wrong room. Such a silly little goose. Alright, so now we're going to head back to Richard.
Hope this is what you wanted.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a shot now, Richard. Hang in there.
Here. Take it. It's a radio. Take care of yourself, Rebecca. Richard!
He's okay. He's just unconscious.
Rebecca, it's not safe here. Let's get Richard to a safer place.
Right. Richard's doing well, Chris. He should recover soon.
Good. Richard needs you now.
As soon as Richard gets better, we'll come after you.
Rebecca, you okay with a gun?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to continue my investigation.
Be careful. Okay?
Alright, so now we were teleported to the area of the medical wing. We now have a zombie charging us in this hallway. You could easily run around or juke. One thing I'm going to note ahead of time, because you guys may notice, I don't have my frame counter on in the bottom left corner. Eventually, I do realize that in this run, and I do turn it on. So if for a split second the screen has like a black flash, it's because I'm turning my frame counter on. But yeah, I will say it again when we get to that part. So now we basically headed back to the area that Chris and Rebecca were laying. There is a zombie hugging the wall. And we need to come down this hallway. Sometimes the zombies won't be friendly enough to juke, so we're going to put a bullet in their head. There's a 6 in 10 chance most of the time that we will land a flush headshot. Unfortunately, it wasn't in my favor. Go ahead and use the lighter. And by putting that zombie down out there, we don't have to worry about him coming in this room. Our not-so-lucky dodge made us use a dagger. We're just going to go ahead and grab the musical score and get out of here. Now, before we go ahead and use the musical score, we're going to want to start using up the armor key so that we can get it out of our inventory. Now we came in here, we're going to go ahead and use the 4th old key, and the door that lays to the opposite side of it has the final old key. We're going to go ahead and pick it up. You might also notice that door doesn't need repair of the doorknob on Real Survival. We could just go right through it. So the painting room is the second to last room. For the armor key, we'll go ahead and hit the first painting, turn it from yellow to orange, completely run around. First painting on the opposite side, we're going to turn from yellow to green. And then the old wise man, we're going to turn to purple. We're basically matching up the colors of the jewelry on the woman in the painting. So now we have 2 death masks. We're trying to item manage as best as we can to make sure that we have room for all 4. So now we'll make our way downtown and use the musical score. If you want to use your first shotgun headshot on this guy, you can, because he is a pain in the ass to try to squeeze past if you don't get a perfect dodge. But this is the last room we had to use the armor key, so now we can get rid of it. You only have to push that over once. Go ahead and get the musical score. Use it on the piano.
It's me, Chris.
Rebecca.
That sounded like Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play? What was that?
My interpretation is off a little. Let me practice for a while.
It's kind of amazing how Rebecca doesn't comment on his playing, which was terrible, but he has to comment on hers. I think I
Sure.
looked away.
But don't get too carried away.
Oh, I won't.
Yeah, I think for that moment I had looked away when it said let Rebecca practice. We're going to dodge that zombie. We have to make our way back to the dining room anyway. We're going to go ahead and pick up the fake emblem. And in order to have Rebecca kind of figure out how to play it, we just have to go to the lobby and then go through the door and then come back in. That's really it. And then we're going to head back there and grab the real emblem.
Chris! I think I got it!
Practice makes perfect.
What's this?
Once we have the real emblem, we're going to go place it in the location of the dining room. So now we have to do the clock puzzle. The picture to the left of it actually tells you the answer. The larger... It's going to be large to the left, well, to the right twice. But basically the picture shows that the bigger hand is in the head, and then the smaller hand is in the chest. So we just have to line up the smaller sword with the bottom and the larger with the helmet. Son of a bitch scared the hell out of me. I forgot he came in the hallway. Now that we have the shield key, we're going to make our way to the Spencer Mansion attic, which has my absolutely favorite boss. I'm being completely sarcastic. Yawn. He's a giant snake asshole. And the reason I call Yawn complete bullshit is because the way that he moves is just sporadic and strange, and a lot of the time you can't dodge it. So when you grab that death mask, just run straight for the death mask and hug the outer wall so he can't hit you for the most part. Sometimes it's just an unfortunate luck you get, but we're going to space ourselves out. Unfortunately, had to go ahead and use our last dagger, but that was also my last patience, so make some room for ourselves anyway, so it ended up working out. Grab our dagger again, because if you headshot a zombie and its head explodes and there's a dagger in its head, you get the dagger back. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hit the top right knight, and then the bottom left knight, and then the bottom right knight, and that should push in the top left knight. We are going to grab the jewelry box, which has another death mask inside of it. Now we're going to head back to this room over here. There is a zombie now that's inside of it, so just be careful. Want to make sure we have two... Yeah, we want to make sure we have two open slots, and I did not have two open slots, so we're going to go ahead and go to the save room and make some room. So we're just going to place that death mask in there just for a second so that we can solve this mini puzzle over here. That zombie had scared the daylights out of you. Sorry about that. But yeah, these zombies like to just bash through windows and... not windows. Yeah, windows and doors, so gotta be mindful of where they are. We need to make sure we have two inventory slots available for this. So if it looks like I'm moving quick, it's just because I like to get these done, the game, at a little bit faster of a pace. But I am not by any means doing a speedrun. So once we hit the specimen button, we will see the wind crest. This is important if we want to get the magnum. So yeah, the stupid bee tried to sting us, but Chris wasn't having any of that. So now we just have to be careful, make sure that the zombie check, we have to do a zombie check, make sure he's not chilling right there. Ooh, we just put the moves on that guy badly. Now we could go ahead, we have all 4 death mass and the wind crest. We are done with Mansion 1. Let's go fight the Elder Crimson Head bastard. This is where we'll go ahead and equip the flash grenade because we're going to try to kill Elder Crimson Head this way. That'll allow us to save a bit of ammo. And we're just going to put the death mass in their respective places. First thing we're going to do, pull out the shotgun, have Elder run at us, hug his right side, let him grab you, put that grenade in his mouth, and see you next Tuesday, pal. That's the end of the Elder Crimson Head and the very quick way to kill him. I'll take the stone and metal object, and now we are going to head over to the guardhouse. We're going to want to hurry inside of this room because there is a dog that spawns. Go ahead and grab these shotgun shells. And there is a flash grenade in this corner. Now to solve the cardinal direction puzzle, we're going to want the red to hit west.
Respond.
Wesker?
Monster chains. Treat. Not says. Wave. Woods outside the mansion.
And then we'll go ahead and hit the blue one. We want to make sure that one hits north. Basically, you want the Cerberus statues to be facing towards the forest. So now when we come inside of here, the safest thing to do, we need to get over where these crows are. We're going to blast those crows. We're going to wait a second until we see the crows in the air. And it's just safer than trying to walk past them. Just absolutely obliterate them. We're going to go ahead and use that wind crest now. And then we are going to take these three crests, put them in the thing next to us, the tomb next to us, and get ourselves the magnum. Yeah, you just have to examine the backs of them and basically pull the projecting lines out so that they could be placed inside the indentations. Doesn't matter the order, you know, you just put them in there. And voila. This magnum is going to be pretty helpful. You know, if we use it in specific spots only. So before we head over to the guardhouse, we're going to head up to Lisa's cabin. Grab the crank, we're going to need that. So, I'm going to show you guys a little trick to dodge Lisa without getting hit. You're going to take one step as Chris and then run. You could do that as Chill as well. The game has to be on 120 frames per second though, or the dodge will not work. If it's anything less, you will have to shoot her. But the best method I figured out was take one step and then run. And it saves you having to use 3 magnum shots.
Stars Alpha Team? Come in! Does anybody hear me?
This is Chris.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is
Brad! This is Chris! Brad? Damn. Thing's broken.
Okay, so there are 3 dogs here. They take absolutely 0 hit stun when you shoot them, so the best thing to use is a weapon with strong DPS. Which, what better than the Magnum? Hit one, then we're going to run back near this ivy, pop the other, and wait for the last one to come by. Now, you could pump cancel with the shotgun, but you have to do it really, 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 really fast and get good at it. If not, there's a very high percentage that the zombie dog will either lunge and bite you or grab your arm. going to run to the gate. Don't stop. The crow will peck you. Alright, in a save room, but we're not going to use ink ribbons on. We're just in here to grab the flash grenade. We're going to put the shotgun shells away, and we're going to put the crank away. So now we got to go inside of the bar room. Now there are tarantulas in here. They can be real pricks, so as long as they're on the wall, you don't really have to worry about them. But if they're on the ground, just make sure they don't rush you or shoot acid at you. We're also going to want to push this cargo box, because if we run over the holes in the ground, in the wood, we will get grabbed by Plant 42, and that deals damage. We don't want that. I guess right here I wanted to just run and see what was going on through the windows. I was running into walls. I must have been responding to people or something at that moment, because it looked like I wasn't it looked like I wasn't paying attention. So you heard the door open right there. We want to bring the zombie in here so that we don't have to worry about him anymore. So we're going to just make sure we have a dagger equipped. Stick that guy right in his temple. And since this is a non-breakable door, the zombie can't really ever escape that room. Remember to keep going over the boxes, and don't forget to not run past the holes in the ground. We're going to go ahead and use the residence key. Make sure we grab the self-defense gun. Inside here we'll drain the bathtub, and in there we will get the control room key. If you press the key fast enough and then run out of the room fast enough, I think the zombie that's hanging actually won't fall as such. Go ahead and push the bookshelf, and we will see and reveal that there is a hidden stairway. Or ladder. Alright, so now we're in the aqua ring. Not much that needs to be said right here. We just have to push the boxes to make a path through the water. So, once I decide to move again, because I was probably answering somebody back, we're going to go into the aqua ring, and we are going to be hit with a cutscene.
Richard! Chris! Chris, stop! No! Richard.
Damn, Richard got fucked up. Alright, so... Oh, I guess I don't actually shoot the sharks. Wow. What you could do is you could hug this right side and pretty much outrun the sharks from hitting you. There is a very high chance that they do bite you, so just keep running, don't stop. I'm actually very surprised in a run like this I didn't shoot them. But if I were you, I would shoot them with the shotgun and the self-defense gun, reset the room, like go out of the door, and then kill the second one. Come over here, we could see which oil pressure we're going to have to hit the valve on, which it'll be number 3.
Emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety. Reaching 30% of pressure
So
threshold.
we'll hit the release. Now the oil pressure is lost, so now we have to go hit the valve, and it was number 3.
Reaching 50% of pressure threshold. Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
Hit the right mechanism, then pull the shelter. And then we'll finish it off by draining the water. Okay, so now that we drained the water, we don't have to worry about any more sharks for the time being. On the ground, we can find some magnum rounds. Absolutely need magnum rounds. Another thing that's indispensable. So as you guys noticed, the assault shotgun was on the floor. We will go ahead and get that, but we need to make sure we have room for the key that falls out of this. And that takes care of Neptune. I wouldn't even call it a fight. I'd call it a Neptune passing. So we'll go ahead and take the residence key. We're going to have to put some stuff away since Chris doesn't have a lot of space, and we'll come back and grab the assault shotgun. That'll be highly useful for the rest of the game. We'll just go ahead and use the residence key right now. That'll open up a free space. And then we're going to head back down to the aqua ring, as I said, and make sure that we grab the assault shotgun. We do not want to forget that. I mean, you can use the regular shotgun, but why not when you have the free assault shotgun? now that we have it, we're still going to go back to the save room and make some room, because we're completely maxed out of Chris's spot, his management. That's his only downfall, because playing as Chris is a lot of fun. It's just, because he doesn't have a lot of space, you really, really have to be mindful of what you have. Go ahead and put the self-defense gun away. And we'll put the regular shotgun away. And we will take the shotgun shells. I guess we're doing that in preparation for the Plant 42 fight. Go ahead and grab the insecticide. Just watch out for the bees. If you keep moving, you won't get stung. And then we're going to go ahead and make Chris's right. There is a map on the wall with a hole in the wall that leads right to where the wasp's nest is, or bee nest, beehive. Call it everything but what the fuck it is. So, watch the bees drop dead, and then we're going to make our way over there. The residence key. The Resident Evil key. Go ahead and use that key. Get rid of it. A lot of one-use keys in this area. Very nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use the book. And now we have to adjust it so that we get the painting of the nude girl. Once we complete this puzzle, we'll be prompted into the Plant 42 fight. We actually have to fight Plant 42 as Chris, I'm sorry. Go ahead and equip the magnum. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, head up the left stairs. We're going to stand lined up where Chris's elbow is on the edge of the stairs. Listen for that swing. And then when we hear the plant open up, we're going to blast some magnum rounds. Just be patient for the swing. 2, 3. We're a far enough distance away that that shit won't hit us. You have to be listening in for when the plant does that stupid swipe with the vines. So it seems we missed a few magnum shots, no issue. Use the shotgun as a backup. Son of a bitch swings at me a lot. And that is the Plant 42 fight. If I could have actually aimed, it probably would have been like 5 magnum shots, but unfortunately I think it was 6 or 7. And now we'll go over by the fireplace and grab the helmet key. And we're going to make our way back to the mansion.
Oh, you scared me. You okay?
Yeah, it's dead. But Richard, he's gone.
I'm sorry.
It's my fault. I should have watched out for him.
I found a pharmaceutical room. I think I can come up with something useful. I'll be there. I'm glad you're still okay.
Wesker?
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Thought you were with her.
Yeah, I know. We got separated.
I see. Anyway, we better find a way out of here before we turn into zombie food. Got any suggestions, Wesker?
We should get a better grip on the situation. There must be areas still to be explored in that other mansion. Chris, I want you to check them out one more time. I'll continue my investigation here.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but it looked like Wesker was smiling in those cutscenes, but I could be wrong. And now we could run over those little holes in the ground because the plant is dead. But yeah, Wesker's the only dude you'll catch other than Johnny Bravo wearing shades inside at night. Weirdo. Just villain things.
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Chris to Brad! Can you hear me? Brad! Damn!
Go ahead and use the magnum on these dogs because we're not playing around. We know that they have 0 hit stun, so I don't want to take a chance and get bit this far into the run. So we went ahead and we used the magnum shell we had, and then we used the self-defense gun on the other zombie dog. And now as we cross back over to the other side of the mansion, we have the baby snakes dropping down. What we'll do is we'll shoot this snake in the corner, run to the left, kind of pull those snakes out, and then make a run. Oof, we got close right there for the ladder. Alright, we got hunters now inside of this bitch. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to pump cancel the hell out of these hunters. Open the door, boom, get out of the air. I'm gonna reset the room though. I'm not that brave. Man, I literally stair skated the hell away from that claw. Accidentally, I think in my fright of what just happened, I tried to grab a first aid spray or something, thinking there was something on the ground for me. We'll go ahead and put away the self-defense gun. We never have to use that again, but the magnum we will need to grab later on. We're gonna wait for this bastard to jump on down. Join the party with a few lead shots in his back. We're gonna go ahead and put away the base shotgun, the crank, and we will... I don't know what I actually did with the magnum. Do we just hold on, or... No, I do take it. Okay. So, we have the magnum, the helmet key, and the assault shotgun going forward. So we'll go ahead and push that statue down to the end. Then we're going to hit the reverse button, and we need to push that statue over to Chris's left so that we could open the trapdoor. Mr. George Trevor. And we got the first book. We just need to get the second book. I think that was the Book of the Eagle. We need to get the Book of the Wolf. We can just go on ahead and run right by these spiders. Don't have to worry. Sometimes they can try to attack you, but... There's a dagger on the floor, and we got two gentlemen heading our way. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the shotgun because I'm not playing around. I don't want to take any chances. We're never coming back this way again, so you might as well just shoot them. It's better than taking a chance trying to dodge them with the tough camera angles and ending up getting bit this far in. Rather be safe than sorry. Give a little lunge and we'll hit the elevator. Now, when we come up the elevator, there is a zombie to the right side that is off camera. He likes to lunge and grab, so we just want to make sure that when we do go this way, we slowly walk, wait till he's turned around. We'll pick up everything in this room, including the elevator battery. Alright, we just want to make sure that zombie wasn't right there. And we end up in the murder hallway when we unlock that door. So now there are hunters in a lot of places in the mansion that were once populated by zombies, so just be mindful of where you're running. Go ahead and unlock that door first. We are not, however, going to go into it just yet. Yeah, basically if you hug that left side of the hunter, he'll always do that animation where he kind of like turns, and he'll never hit you if you just keep running. We're going to use the armor key again, but this time we're going to go in. This is like the coolest room in this game, I swear to God. Like, this is my favorite room. I don't know why. It just looks so different than the other rooms. There's a dagger on the floor. There's some healing items in here if you need them. We're just gonna watch out for this zombie, because as great as this room is, it's very weird with the mirror, and sometimes could lead to you getting bit, so just try to maintain distance from that weirdo. So on our way to go fight Yawn, we're going to now grab the blue jewel that we knocked over from the statue. And we are going to head over to this hallway diagonal. And luckily this hallway still has zombies in it. And in the tiger statue requires the blue gemstone and the yellow for the MO disc. So we're going to go ahead and use the blue jewel. So now we're going to head back up to this room where we originally got the armor key. We are not, absolutely not going down the murder hall just yet. And the only reason we're going to go down it is so that we could swing right over to the hallway. We first unlocked the doors with the armor key. For Yawn, we're going to stand firm. Hit him with 3 shots up top. Then we're going to drop down. Just make sure we reload our shotgun, get him in camera angle. Whenever he jumps up like that, you want to move because he lunges pretty far out. We'll stand firm right behind the bookshelf. Hit him with 2 shots. Then let him come back around. And finish this fucker off. So as psychotic as we are, we ran down that hallway, avoiding the Crimson Head, I couldn't think of its name, in order to just get over to this hallway, the jewel room. And we need to go ahead and push these cabinets over without that hawk looking at us, or it'll lock the jewel in place and we can't get it. So we basically have to trick it, run underneath it, and we're going to need both jewels here. The yellow jewel is required for the MO disc, and the red jewel we're going to use and combine right here, and we're going to go ahead and solve this puzzle. Alright, so now once we have ourselves the yellow jewel, I think we're going to head over to the emblem room, because we have to move stuff over at a certain pace as Chris, because we don't have enough room to take everything. It's just not possible, especially if we have the yellow jewel with us as well. As soon as we open this door, we're going to run right for the save room. Remember, we cleared out the hunters in this area. So this is where we're going to start storing stuff that we don't need at the very moment. So we'll put the last book in here. And we're going to slowly move things over to this save chest. We're going to head back inside of the tiger room and now put the yellow jewel inside of the eye. And we're going to take the route that we took because we don't want... So basically, if we ran the way that we could have and ran down past the room where we got the broken shotgun, it does lead to this hallway, but then we're going to have hunters, because hunters will bash through the two windows over there. So in order to avoid having hunters in that hallway, it just beats running around. Be absolutely reckless and run right through the murder hole again. Alright, so now we have the MO disc, the emblem key, our beautiful assault shotgun, tongue twister at the max. We'll go ahead and grab the magnum and the last book, volume 1, and we will make our way out of here. Now we can finally drop off the rest of our stuff. So what we're going to want to do here is we want to put the last book away, put away the MO disc. Right now I think I'm just deliberating on what we need. I think we just need the shotgun right now, because once we go in the emblem room there'll be a cutscene.
Rebecca! Is she upstairs?
So we gotta basically save Rebecca for the best ending. But before that, she's gonna have to wait because we need to grab our shit. So now we're gonna go up the stairs and inside of the study where we got the dog whistle. Get your shotgun primed and equipped. We're gonna pump cancel the fuck out of this hunter real quick. 2 shots.
Rebecca,
Chris!
you okay?
I didn't mean to get you worried.
We can't stay here any longer. We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're on your own. Stay cool and use your better judgment. Got it?
I can handle myself.
Good luck.
We'll go ahead and put the stone and metal object in after saving Rebecca. We're going to grab the battery and the crank. And that is it for right now, because we're going to come back to the mansion for one final time. But now we got to head over to the catacombs. So we're going to go through the painting room in order to reset the hunter. When a hunter first appears, it does like the stupid roar. And that animation gives us a chance to run right by it. Make sure we grab these shotgun shells so they don't despawn on us. So, unfortunately, we do have to run by the snakes again. They're going to spawn the little baby snakes. This is the best thing I could describe and tell you on how to do it. As soon as you come up the ladder, use the D-pad, spin Chris, then you're going to hug onto the right side and pretty much avoid the snakes. That's, aside from shooting them, that's probably the safest route. And since we took care of the dogs over here, we are as good as gold to just put in the battery. And now we're going to fill up the dam with water again. And by doing so, it'll open up the catacombs. Now that we're in the catacombs, we drop some shit off. Basically just the crank, since we don't need that crank anymore. Not much to say.
Enrico!
Don't come any closer, Chris.
What happened?
Double crosser.
Enrico, wait. Enrico!
Umbrella.
Enrico! Double crosser.
Alright, so Enrico's dead, we got the brown crank, and hunters have now spawned in the catacombs. Everything that could happen did. Just keep running, and that hunter will miss you. Almost said liquor. That hunter will miss you 10 out of 10 times. Don't be intimidated by it. It looks like it's going to run directly at you, but it does that stupid death slash, but completely misses you. So the big reason that we brought the magnum with us is we have to fight the black tiger spider. The black tiger spider is a bitch, and he can literally end your run this far into it. So we're going to go ahead and grab the flamethrower. And this was the moment that Chris had flashbacks of the bullet. Chris trained for days after this. I could just see it. Alright, so we're going to equip the magnum now, and this is the black tiger spider boss fight. So the same exact way as we did it with Jill, if you've watched the Jill real survival run, we're going to do it with Chris. We're going to just run back to the door and blast Black Tiger with 5 magnum shots. And then we're going to reset the room because that will take care of the baby spiders as well as the big spider that was on the roof. That only took actually 4 shots, damn. So we don't even need to pick up the knife because we could just use the flamethrower on the webbing. So we're going to go ahead and spin that 3 times with the brown crank. Okay, so this is the area that I had mentioned earlier, the puzzle room, where I remembered I had to turn my frame counter on. Not that it's necessary to have your frame counter on by any means, I just usually like to have it in the corner, and I believe I realized it now as I was solving this puzzle. Just because if I want to like upload it or submit it to any website for like runs or anything, I just always like to have what my frames are at. And then we're going to go ahead and use the brown crank again. I think this is where I realize it. It's got to be like within like the next few seconds. But again, no biggie. It's not like the FPS counter is needed for Resident Evil 1. Yeah, this is definitely where I realized it. So I think right now I'm just trying to put it on. And as you see, the screen went black for like not even a second, and it was just because I was turning on the counter in the bottom left. And now we can continue with spinning the statue so it faces the other one. Yeah, for some reason while I was editing my software earlier, it must have turned off my frame counter before I even attempted the run. So, again, just a personal preference, have it on, so that there's no reason or no problem if I ever upload it anywhere, but yeah, sorry about that. And now that we got the piece, we're just going to go ahead and combine it with the gold cylinder. Just run right by that guy. He just likes to yell. Run straight for the door. I recommend using the D-pad to have the regular controls, not the alternate. We're going to go ahead and combine these two. Now, the password for this combination is literally on there if you examine it. But we're just going to go ahead and hit 4, 2, 3, 1, and that'll power the elevator. But yeah, if you examine the cylinder in its entirety, you could spin it around and it'll show you the numbers. Just gonna push the cargo box on the elevator. Nothing too crazy over here. We just want to make sure, as you saw with Lisa, whichever way that we run, Lisa will basically appear. So if we need to go one way, we're going to run the opposite way so it spawns Lisa in that general direction. But we're not fighting Lisa just yet, so have to go ahead and recover the goods from that box. So now if we want to go to the left, Lisa will spawn that way if we run that way, and we could head back untouched. Go ahead and grab the broken shotgun. Not broken shotgun, wow. Broken flamethrower, same shit, they're both broken. And then, yeah, we're going to use the broken flamethrower to get into the area that Lisa is guarding. Place the flamethrower in the place, and now we are in Lisa's lair, which is pretty fucked up looking. Go ahead and make sure we pick up that box. Very important. So we end up right in... Once we come up here, we end up right in Lisa's cabin. Funny enough. If Chris would have just used his, you know, noggin, he would have been able to see that underneath that trapdoor was a ladder, but hey, you know, game logic. We just have to make our way back to the mansion now. So on our way back here, we could go ahead and grab the stone and metal object out of the location it was in, since we're never coming back this way. Take the metal object out, combine it with its stone, right? I guess that's what it's called, the stone insert. And instead of taking everything all at once, obviously, since Chris doesn't have the space, we're just going to go ahead and put these two Umbrella logo objects inside their rightful spots, and then come back for the rest of our shit. So now we just need to grab the red and blue book, the MO disc, and that's it for the mansion. Once we go into the basement, there's no turning back.
You're a bit of a mess-up. Chris, take a piece of the action.
Damn, Wesker's foul for that line. Alright, so basically we're not actually necessarily fighting her. We just have to hope that Wesker comes through and stuns her. Really, all we need to do is we need to push these stone slabs off. Watch out for her swing. And if we just knock these stone slabs off, it'll open the coffin and it'll end the battle. If Wesker gets hit off as he went flying to his death, don't worry, it doesn't make a difference. He doesn't actually die. It doesn't do anything to your best ending run either. And yeah, that's the end of Lisa and apparently Wesker up until, you know, the end of the game. But with that, Wesker will be back, and we're going to make our way to the lab, the final part of the game. So the only reason we even, like, I could rightfully, like, spoil it and say Wesker will be back is because, like, in order to get the best ending, the self-destruct system has to be activated, and, like, Wesker is the one who sets it, so it, like, sets itself up. You would think his AI would be a little bit better and prevent him from ever falling, but... Alright, so this is the whole reason why we continue to stock up on those flash grenades. We're going to use all 4 of them right now. Or 5 of them. I think we got 5. We're going to use them on all of these zombies. So, put one inside of their mouth, take a step back, let it explode. This is just good to do because we don't have to waste any ammo whatsoever. And we could clear out the hall. Last zombie in the hallway. And just like that, the hall is clear. He takes like a few steps. Boom. So we have to unlock some of these doors, but we'll go ahead and grab the second ammo disc first. Another zombie right here. This is where we're going to use our second to last grenade. We'll go ahead and run right by. Make sure that his head explodes. We need that zombie. Whether you use a flash grenade or you use the magnum to blow his head off, we need to make sure that that zombie is dead. Because we're going to have to pass through there a few times and we don't want it to become a crimson head. Now look at that. Now we got an extra flash grenade. So it's the same password as Jill. It'll be John, Ada, and the next password is Cell. So, now that we powered up every door, we're going to actually go up the stairs of the hallway we cleared. And we have to grab the... I think we gotta grab the final MO disc as well as the, Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open the door first. So, the terminal password is 8462. So before we go ahead and grab the final MO disc, since we don't have a lot of room... What are you doing, Rob? Don't do it. Oh, you did it. I guess I decide to put the first MO disc in first before grabbing the key. Either way, it makes no difference. It takes up the same amount of time. There is a zombie, a naked one, matter of fact, chilling right over here. We're just going to blast him. And we're going to use the first MO disc in the control panel. We're going to return upstairs and make sure that we grab the key. If you examine Kenneth's body in the beginning of the game, this is the area where you could play the video that was attached to him that shows his final moments. Alright, so this is the second area where we will put another MO disc in place. We're going to go ahead and push this metal crate out of the way. Or metal shelving. Jump through the vent. We're going to go up. Don't let the chimera sound scare you. Just going to drop down over here, and then we're going to use the second MO disc. So we're just going to hug that right corner and wait for the chimera to jump through. It'll jump down and that'll give us plenty of time to just run right by him and get the lead in front of him so he doesn't chase us down and hit us. So now we're going to head over here. We're going to go ahead and take these zombies out. Well, this is... Ooh, lucky. Nice headshot. Never hurt anybody except for that guy. A lot of people actually didn't know that there was a save room right here. I guess the door blends in with the wall, so I could understand. But yeah, this is the final save room of the game. We're going to go ahead and kill the chimera over here because, yeah, we don't want to deal with them. And if we kill that chimera, we don't have to worry about him going forward. Because in order to power up the elevator, we need to fill this capsule with some nitroglycerin, and we cannot run. And worrying about a chimera while not running is not a fun time. So kill him while you can. But in practicing this routing, the chimera ended a few of my runs, so I wasn't taking any prisoners. I just took his ass out. We'll come back over to the room we put the first MO disc in, and we are going to fill it up with some nitroglycerin. Realistically, you can run. It matters how many ticks. So when you run, the way that the game does it is there's a certain amount of ticks when you're running, and if it exceeds the amount of ticks in a row, so each heavy step that Chris takes counts as a tick. I think if it goes over 3 ticks, then it'll explode. So technically you could take like 2 or 3 running steps and then stop, walk, and then repeat. But I don't mess around with that that voodoo. I try to keep it nice and safe. No, if you could actually do that, that's sick, but I can't. I just take the safer route. Alright, so now that we put that in place, now we could go ahead and power up the elevator. Unfortunately, in this area is where the last MO disc has to be used. I'm going to pump cancel the fuck out of this guy. Absolutely destroy him. Use the final MO disc. And we're going to go turn the elevator on. Just run back, don't stop for any second or you'll get hit by these chimera. Just keep running right through. And we'll head over to the elevator.
Chris!
Rebecca!
I saw you in the inner garden. I finally caught up.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. No more following. Just stay with me, kid.
That's my plan, sir.
So Rebecca's wearing a cowgirl outfit because we're wearing our special outfit, which in fact she should not be.
Wesker.
So you've come. Chris, you make me proud. But of course you are one of my men.
Thanks. Since when, Wesker?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when have they been slipping you a paycheck?
I think you're a bit confused. I've always been with Umbrella. And stars were Umbrella's. No, rather, my little piggies. The Tyrant virus leaked, polluting this whole place, and unfortunately, I had to give up my lovely members of Stars.
You killed them with your own dirty hands! You son of a bitch!
No.
Oh yes, dear. Just like this.
Rebecca!
Don't move!
You...
I don't think you want to die just yet. I have something that's of some interest to you. The ultimate life form. Tyrant.
Wesker, you've become senile.
Chris, you'll never understand. It's magnificent.
Let's go. Come on, you test tube freak.
So for Jill, it's viral culture freak, and for him, it's test tube freak. Oh my god. So yeah, basically the Tyrant 1 fight is as follows. Just keep your distance and keep popping him with shotgun shells until he drops. The camera angles can be the most difficult part, but as long as you keep distance from him, you'll be a-okay. We can kind of keep an eye on him through the test tubes, but once he gets pretty close, you want to start moving because he'll lunge at you and swing, and you'll just be in such misery realizing this is where you got hit. That's it. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We have to take out Tyrant on the roof. Oh yeah, it's gonna go down. But we have to make sure that I hit the terminal 17 times before making sure Rebecca's alright, because that's more important.
Rebecca!
Chris.
It's a good thing you were wearing your bulletproof vest. There's nothing left for us to do here. Let's get moving.
Okay.
Alright, so in order to get the best ending, we had to have saved Rebecca, and we also have to save Jill. So, once we get off this elevator, it'll prompt a cutscene, and we have to go get her.
Chris?
What is it?
I found a file in the lab. Apparently, there's still a lot of Tyrant virus here. We should blow this whole place up.
Right. The show must go on. I'll leave that up to you, Rebecca.
I'm on it. I'll start the self-destruct system I found a little while ago.
It's not like we're out of this yet. I'll see you on the outside.
Outside.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Alright, so now Chimera will populate this area.
Activated.
Make sure we avoid them.
Must evacuate immediately. Deactivating.
Pull all 3 of these levers,
Locks.
and go reunite with our long-lost friend.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated.
Jill?
All personnel must
Chris!
deactivating and releasing.
You're okay.
Chris, it's Wesker. He...
I know. But first, let's get out of here.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and
Let's get going!
all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Alright, this is where we want to make sure that we have our weapons and stuff ready.
Running out of fuel. This is your last chance. If there's anyone alive, give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
All locks. has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. 3 minutes to detonation.
The self-destruct system's activated.
Good work! Brad's up in the helicopter.
Those things are coming.
I'll take care of them.
But...
Chris, you just get in contact with Brad somehow.
okay.
Okay, so the countdown has begun. Gonna go ahead and put the signal rockets down.
Chris!
You okay?
Yeah.
So, in the final Tyrant face-off, we want to sit and go around the way that his claw is not. So we want to keep ourselves within the camera's angle. We also want to keep a little bit of space. We keep hitting him. We see him charging up. We're going to head to his opposite side. Now, there actually is a part here that kind of looks a little funny. Basically, when Rebecca reloads at this part coming up, it almost looks like he swipes. So we completely miss right there. The blood that actually comes out is actually from him, because she's just blasting him with handgun shells. Super lucky right there. Went out of camera angle. Just keep hitting him. Watch out for him right there. Now he's off camera.
Chris, use it! Kill it! Whatever it is!
Alright, so now we're gonna run over here. If you watch right here, Rebecca goes to reload, boom. It looked like the blood came out of me, but actually it was Rebecca shooting Tyrant. So, talk about every situation that I ever have coming close. This bastard wants to smack it away. Sorry, buddy, I got 4 of them. And that, folks, is a no save, no damage, real survival run as Chris Redfield. Okay guys, that is it. That is the run. We completed Chris Redfield, no save, no damage, with the best ending. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed all the videos we've made in this 1 year entirety. We were able to do Jill's, and now Chris's. This trip down memory lane of doing Resident Evil 1 Remake has been an absolute blast, and I thank you guys so much for loving and supporting my content. If you happen to have the means or enjoy the content enough, please hit the subscribe button to my channel and make sure you like and comment on this video. I do plenty of other no damage and including no save, no damage runs right here on the Notorious Base. For one final time in this video, this is the Notorious Base signing out. Stay tuned for the next video coming out, and stick around for the results to see how we did. We'll see you for the next one.
Chris, you did a fine job.